Hey guys, this is Chris Castle from Showpiece Sports, where we offer investment-grade sports memorabilia for wholesale prices. Today we're talking about turning collectibles into cash by using our wholesale hot list along with free internet classified sites Craigslist and Backpage. Now, there's plenty of other classified sites out there. I know eBay has a classified site, Oodles. There's even some classified site parsers that you can kind of, or classifieds.com that they say that you will put in your ad and then it will shoot it out all over the internet. The reality is that Craigslist still is the 800-pound gorilla in the classifieds market. Backpage with coming up second. So everything else below them, I mean, in comparison, like something like Craigslist has like 1 billion searches a day, while like eBay Classifieds, you know, eBay is a big company. eBay Classifieds is something like 7 million a day. So we're not even going to bother with the other guys. In fact, Backpage, unless you know for a fact that you have a lot of people looking for it in town, if you've ever used it, that's pretty much a good sign to see if you would use it. But again, Craigslist is the 800-pound gorilla, so we're going to focus on them, and then putting in Backpage is just a really good follow-up. We're doing the work already once, we might as well do it twice, which is basically the same amount of work, just to pick up the extra traffic and searches for it. So let's get started. Before we get into this, I just want to address a couple things that I've labeled on my notes as sort of general stupidity. Number one is the stupid thing to do is not to do this. I don't care how, unless you have your own private plane, not doing this, especially with the deals that we offer on our hot list every week and each month, not doing this is just stupid. This is literally free money, and I'm going to show you in this in this video how to really just do the work once a month with just a couple days of follow-up, and literally it will pay for whether you're buying pieces for your own collection or you are looking to turn this into a business, or whether you're a full-time dealer. I mean, we still do this every once in a while with if we get just an overstock on something, and I just want some, some quick cash. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter about whether you have an office or a store, or you meet the person at Starbucks to drop off a thing, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit also. We also have some few medical doctors that are doing this, that they're kind of using it, their waiting room as after hours as a pickup for a lot of these pieces. Again, it's just it's a great easy way to get some extra cash, or if you're not really interested in the cash, why, for just a little bit of work you can be paying for your showpieces that you order from us with offloading this. The other thing is also, I don't know if you guys know this, but I kind of keep it on the down low, but if you put a lot of stuff on our hot list, in the hot list cart, every once in a while there's some price breaks. So I know last time, it changes every week, so you really got to check, which is why I'm not going to show you now. But I know, for example, last week, like if you ordered over $300 worth of stuff, it like already knocked off like 15% off, and then another time we did it, if you ordered 10 of any one item, it would knock another 15% off. So we always have deals going on in that hot list. But enough of that. All right, so the number two on general stupidity is, again, the way we're going to sell in these classifieds is, I wouldn't say tremendously different from everybody else, but it does involve something that we're going to talk about checking your ego at the door. So number two is thinking you're too good to sell like this. Everybody wants to be a big shot in this world. And I hate to tell you, but that's not how you sell a lot of things. That's not how you sell services. That's not how you sell products. Being a blind brand takes years and years and years and years and years and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So anybody who's in a personal services business knows this. People want to buy from other people. They don't want to go to they might trust the big stores, but they know that deep down that they're going to get a better deal from an individual and better service, obviously, than from the big box stores. And nothing illustrates that better than on these classifieds. I mean, this is all about getting a good deal. Don't think that you're going to come on here, buy something from us on wholesale, and then be able to sell it at full retail. It doesn't work like that. You will be able to cut the difference, especially since our wholesale prices are so awesome. You will be able to cut the difference by adding another 50% to it, and still offering these people something good at a great price, better than they can get retail. So, all right. So number 3. General stupidity, trying to turn free online classifieds, and I see this all the time, trying to turn free online classifieds into a full-blown business. Listen, these are free for a reason, all right? There's only so many people that go on them, and there might be billions of people looking at Backpage every day, but you got to remember, look at all these crazy categories, right? There's not billions of people looking in collectibles, and certainly when we're talking about collectibles, there's not a billion people looking for precisely what we're offering at the time we're offering, at the month we're offering, and the category we're offering. So trying to do all sorts of crazy stuff like I've seen a lot of big super tech nerds in the internet marketing space doing this, like opening like 200 Gmail accounts and getting all these like automatic software robots to post and repost and do all this stuff. That's nonsense, all right? I'll go into a little bit more on how to kind of keep this up and running, but you don't need to do that, all right? It's ridiculous. It's just overkill for a little amount of money. There's much more efficient and professional ways to do that, which we'll have to talk about another time. And then number 4, general stupidity, is by not following my instructions. All right, I can't tell you how many times that I've showed people how to do this, and then the next day they email me back and they're like, oh, well, I made this change and this happened and this and that. The reality is I don't care. This is the way I do it is the best way. I am by far acknowledged as one of the top internet and marketing professionals in the entire world. So you can either listen to me or you can do it your way. But if you're going to do it your way, don't bother me saying that your way didn't work. All right. So do it my way or the highway. And based on that also is, remember, is that nothing is set in stone. All right. I'm going to tell you the best way to do this, but it does come down to you to, number 1, place these ads, right? Don't just be crazy and kind of say, oh yeah, I'm going to do it, and then don't do it, right? You have to do something, all right? That's number 1. And then number 2 is, obviously results are going to vary, all right? You can't be in the middle, in North New Jersey and offer, which is, North New Jersey is definitely Yankees territory, and you can't offer Red Sox something and expect it to sell the next day. All right, let's be realistic here. Same thing over here, right, on the West Coast. All right, if I'm on the West Coast, I'm going to offer something Dodgers based, Lakers based, all right, Chargers based, something that is at least, I know there is going to be more people. Again, these are geo locations classified, right? So the people looking in Orange County, are sure there's going to be a couple Yankees fans, right? But the chances of them being Dodgers fans are a lot higher. So remember that as we go into that. So we're going to go first. We're going to do some simple stuff for the newbies, and then we're going to get to the good stuff really fast. So if you've done and placed these ads before, just stick with me for the next couple minutes, and we'll get to it. All right. So Craigslist, general posting in Craigslist, all right? It's one ad every 48 hours per category. Those ads expire in 7 days for major metro areas like LA, New York. For everywhere else, it's pretty much around 30 days, right? So I'm posting in Orange County. I'm still about an hour south of LA without any traffic. So I'm not going to post in LA because I hate to tell you, nobody's going to drive from LA down to Orange County just to save you know, 50, $100 on one piece of sports collectibles. It's just not going to be worth it for them. So, and I'm certainly not driving up there. So, post in your local neighborhood. That's for that's just a good rule of thumb, as far as not only for convenience but also not getting in trouble with Craigslist and Backpage, because once you're banned, they take it pretty seriously if you fool around, and you definitely don't want to be banned by these sites. Backpage is pretty standard. Post expires after 30 days. They do have a really cool tool in here that we can take a look at in a little bit, where they will actually repost your ad for you to get back on top every day for a couple bucks. It's probably the best $3 you'd ever spend in your life. We'll get back to that. But at the end of 30 days on both these sites, the ad is deleted, and you have to go in and manually repost it again, which is fine, because by then, at the end of 30 days, I hope you've sold everything you have in stock, and you're ready to buy some more stuff from us at wholesale prices and go out there and make a couple hundred, extra $1,000 a month, whatever you can do. All right, so the three options, just generally for posting in these, based on what we just talked about with when the ads expire, is you can, if you're really into this, especially, I know a lot of the college kids do this because, geez, what else are you going to do? Actually go to class? You can post a new ad every 48 hours and rotate products. So, for example, they might go, actually, let me bring up the hot list now. All right, so this is this week's hot list. What I know a lot of the college kids, what they do is they find the pretty much the items that they can get the most bang for the buck off of. So this week was definitely the UCLA card set, the Ted Williams lithograph, and obviously the Yankee seats were a huge hot seller. And they buy a bunch of different products, maybe two of each, one that they actually want to keep, and then another 2 or 3 that they want to sell. And they, since they don't have much else to do, they have the time to do this, and making $50, $100, $200 an hour doing this, if they systemize it right, is pretty damn good money for a college kid. So what they do is they basically post a new ad every 48 hours, and they rotate products. So they might buy 8 to 10 new products from the hot list each month, and then they just every 48 hours they put an ad up, then they manually delete it, take it down, put an ad up for the next thing, manually delete it, take it down, and then put up the next thing, and they just keep that rotating. And that's a really good tactic, because these classifieds, in fact, why don't we go over and just take a look at the category, all right? I hate to jump around a little, but we will be posting the collectible categories. I know everybody thinks, and believe it or not, when I first started in this market, I was kind of duped into thinking that this stuff sells itself, that every fan wants this, and that's just total bunk, all right? This is a collectible hobby. Yes, we do bring fans into the hobby, but people on these sites are looking for deals on collectibles, all right? They're not, especially in Orange County, check this out. Yeah, it's all like skateboards and wetsuits and, and surfboards, right? So putting a Magic Johnson ball or a Yankee seat in there is just not going to fit. So when we go back, all right, take a look at the collectibles. All right, so now look, you're going to find everything in here, right? Hallmark stuff, Barbie dolls, beer steins, all stuff. This stuff, man, changes over so fast, it's ridiculous. Of course, every time you repost, every 48 hours, it goes back to the top. But sometimes there's people that just lurk here, that they just, hang on and look every single hour of every single day and trying to finish their collections or start collections or whatever they want to do. And so the whole 48-hour new post of deleting and putting up rotating products, if you have the time, is a great system. Just because it keeps things new and fresh. So the chance that a West Coast sports fan, right? Well, maybe they already have a Magic Johnson basketball, but they don't have a Tommy Lasorda baseball, right? So that's going to pick it up. All right, it's going to pick them up. So the dangerous thing, all right, the based on the 3 options of how to post these that I was talking about, The dangerous and annoying thing, and I say dangerous because you can get banned, is you set up multiple accounts with multiple emails, and this is all that kind of like crazy hacker stuff I was talking about. And no matter how much I tell people not to do it, people are obsessed with free. I mean, seriously, and nothing is free, all right? Nothing in life is free. Yeah, it might be free to post these, but like we were just talking about, you have to go back every 48 hours to do it, and to repost it. Or if you're writing a new ad, to do that. Or if you're going to use multiple email accounts and multiple accounts in Craigslist and Backpage, then you got to get software and you got to monitor this stuff and whatever else. Believe it or not, it's just a lot easier to pay for advertising when you get to that point. This is about making a couple $100 extra a month, making an extra $1,000. For a lot of people, that goes a long way, right? Do not get into hacker land. Do not get into crazy things. You're actually going to wind up being suckered into buying like technical products on how to repost and auto post and all this other crap that it's just not worth it. And it's a non-sustainable business model. Do it by hand, do it to make a couple $100 extra a month, and you'll be fine. Right. So now then the number 3 is the way I like to do it, which is basically you focus on a 30-day product blowout. So for example, I would, if I was a consumer, I would go to what I would feel to be the best use of my time, which on this, it would probably be the Magic and Jamal Wilkes basketball, because A, I'm on the West Coast, B, I could sell this for double easy, right? I mean, retail, you could go to, well, I already have it up for Time of the Sorter Ball because that's what we're going to be selling today, but you can go to Google and just type in that and find on any of our stuff, right? And find what the retail is. And I mean, I put the retail there, but you can see what the retail is for that day. If you don't trust what I'm putting, I don't know why you wouldn't. I get it from the same source, and then basically cut it in half. So me selling this for $200, basically $179 would be the best price for me to offer this at, and I would probably buy 10 of them for the month and make $100 in each one, and there's my $1,000. If they don't sell within the 30-day period, who cares? I just keep on doing this until they sell. It's not a big deal. It's just a fun thing, and then I could always keep one for myself and make money and have it paid for at the same time. But I just like doing that because I'm inherently, I wouldn't say lazy, but I would say efficient. And if I'm going to spend my time writing an ad, I have to run a business, I have 4 kids, I got all this other stuff going on. I don't have the same time as a college kid to do and post every 48 hours. Again, college kids don't have $1,000 to invest in 10 basketballs, so it kind of evens out, right? They could buy 3 items for $300 and keep one of the items and sell the other 2 and make another $200, right? As opposed to some of us that are a little older, established in our professions or whatever else, where we can afford to, chuck $1,000 at 10 basketballs because that's a freaking awesome price, and then double our money and keep one at the end of the month, right? But that's what I like to do. So setting up this stuff is these guys make a lot of money. They've made it ridiculously easy. First thing we're going to do, and again, if you posted here before, just bear with me. It's going to take 2 seconds for me to run all the new guys through how to do this. First thing you should do is set up a brand new Gmail account in Google. It's really easy. Just go to Google, look up, create a Gmail or Google account, enter your information. Right? Keep this email totally separate from everything else. Here's ours, showsportsclassified@gmail.com. Don't be wise guys and email me there, because this is where we have all the classified stuff go to. I cleaned it out for you today, so we can start fresh. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, the internet crapped out for a second. So let's go. We are setting up our new accounts. We already went to Gmail and set up a brand new Gmail account. Now we're going to go to Craigslist, click on my account, and we can sign up for an account. And let's put in Sports Classifieds at gmail.com. Create account. Okay, it's going to send me an email, and there it is. You go in here and you just click on this, and that will bring it up, and you put in a password for yourself. Okay, set the new passwords. We can go to our account, hit accept, and boom, we're in. Okay, so we can go back to Craigslist if we want. And let's close that out. We can actually do the same right now in Backpage. Why don't we just make our lives easier? Let's go to account login, sign up for an account, same thing. Show sports classifieds at gmail.com. Give yourself a password. All right, create an account. Type in the CAPTCHA. Oh my God, what is that? Why can't these things, I mean, I know security is pretty tight these days, but that's a little ridiculous. H-O, is that an O? Okay, create account. There we go, okay. Please check your email to activate, and there it is. Activate your account, log in, click here. Okay. Show sports classifieds at gmail.com. Password. Click remember me. Sign in. What? Show sports classified. Gmail. Come on. Don't laugh at me. I don't know why he's doing this. Show. Oh, show ports. That's why. Check it out. Let's put in this show P. Show sports classifieds at gmail.com. And there we go. Okay. We can post new ads. We'll go back to that in a second. All right, let's go back to Craigslist. Move this over here. Backpage, we're done with here. Okay, so today we are going to post an ad for Tommy Lasorda autographed baseball. So I sold this a couple weeks ago, a month. I don't know. I think we sold it for $69 on an auction, one of our auction silent auction pages that we sometimes do in addition to our hot list. And we put it in a glass case also, so we have a lot of wiggle room, it looks like. These, let me see, amount of memories. Let's see if they're even putting this in a glass case. I don't know, but Coles is putting it in a glass case. And that's from Steiner Sports. I mean, they're good, but I mean, what's going on with this internet? But it doesn't, not even close to a PSA certificate of authenticity, which is what we have, right? So there we go. What's going on here? All right. Bring that back up. Okay, so why don't we go and we can close that out. Well, let's see. Let's go to post classifieds. All right, so for sale by owner. This is important. Here's we go. All right, this is now we're getting to the good stuff. All right, number one, you have to post, like we just talked, you have to post in the right category. So the category for sports, memorabilia, and collectibles is collectibles. Do not post it in sports. Do not put it in somewhere else. All right, there's a sports collectible, put it in collectibles. All right, number two, do not put it in for sale by dealer. I don't care if you are the biggest dealer this side of the Mississippi. All right, people come to Craigslist and Backpage for deals. If they wanted to pay retail, they will go to your store. Okay, give them. It doesn't. This is amazing. Is that even the afterwards when they find out we're a dealer, they don't care. All right, this is all about how the market is perceived. Again, everybody wants to be a big shot. Everybody wants to say, oh, I'm this big deal or whatever. This is not about that. You got to check your ego at the door right now before we even get into the writing the ad. So if you want recognition or something like that, forget it. This is about cash. So for sale by owner. Okay, please choose category, which should be collectibles by owner. Okay, and here we go. Number one, never, ever put in your phone in here. Never, all right? Cell phone, regular home phone, do not do it. There are all sorts of swarthy people on Craigslist that look for newbies who put their phone number on there and sign them up to all sorts of stuff, or call them or bother them or do whatever else. Use the mail relay. Do not put in your real email. Do not put in your phone number again. Do not put it in anywhere in here. Use the relay. They have this, right, for a reason. That even though this is like our kind of classified only email, I don't want to bog down with people asking me about all other stuff, right? The only thing I want going to that, for time's sake, is people interested in buying what I am selling. So use the mail relay. What that does is that when somebody wants something you are offering, there's a little reply link in Craigslist in the Backpage. Backpage offers the same thing. You can go there, click it, and they will send you an email, and it will go through the relay on Craigslist and hide all your information and send it to you. Then you send one back to them the same way, and back and forth through the cloaking device that they use. All right, so let's get into this. Posting title. Here's the big secret when writing ads in Craigslist. All right, there's 4 parts: title, the body, photos, and a call to action, which is basically telling them what to do. And what most people do is they either try to be too cute, all right, by writing all sorts of used car salesman kind of stuff and sayings and headlines, which, believe it or not, does work real well on the internet, but not in a classified ad. Or they're too stiff. Tommy Lasorda baseball, $150. That's it. That's all they put. Well, all right, that's not going to work. So we're going to follow the same thing in the posting body. They put just the details, the facts, nothing but the facts. And a lot of people in this market kind of get on my case for being, I don't want to say flamboyant, but being a good salesman. All right, I hate to tell you guys, but people love to buy. All right, they don't like to be pressured into to buying things, but they like to be sold and they like to buy because they like to buy things that they want. And if you give them that experience, a pleasant experience of buying, and be cool about it, then you're going to make more money. Being stiff and boring and, or la-di-da about it is just not going to work. So we're going to use what's called the AIDA principle, which stands for, I'll just type it in here since we're on here, AIDA, right? Stands for get their attention, build their interest, right? Make them desire what you're offering, and then make them take action. And this is a 4-point formula that you should use for any advertisement or anything you're writing. In classified ads, it's very, I wouldn't say difficult, it's just a little more challenging because you don't have that much space, but you still follow the same principles. Instead of writing a giant sales script or a sales letter, you just kind of cut it down, right? So first part, we got to get their attention, right? And you do that in the posting title. So we're going to use a word or a phrase to kick it off. Then we're going to give an accurate description, and then we're going to make the great offer, because that's at least getting their attention 3 ways. And by using a word phrase to kick it off, I mean, there's tons of sort of power words out there, but something like awesome, mint, this is a great one I use all the time, desperate, all right? Just because people are going to be like, what's desperate, right? Or bad news, so sometimes the fear of loss outweighs the promise of gain, so you can use that. So let's put an ad in here, desperate, all right? And then we say what it is. And we are selling a Tommy sorta baseball PSA COA, certificate of authenticity. Okay, so you can use abbreviations like this. Most of the people that are looking on this, they're not going to really, they're either going to know what COA stands for, they're going to know what PSA stands for, or they're not going to care. If they're just say, Tommy Lasorda baseball, that's cool. So, you know, or if somebody that's a real bargain hunter that might want to reflip the flip, right? We're flipping this off the wholesale list, and they might want to flip this on eBay or something. Might say, oh, someone's desperate, I'm going to take advantage of them. All right, so we got everybody in this. All right, we got the people looking for a deal, we got Tommy Lasorda fans, and then we got some little bit of authenticity for the actual collectors out there. We can even put with holder, because we're offering the glass holder. You don't have to, it's just whatever you want to do. All right, now the price. Now this is where everybody greed kicks in, right? We already saw that, listen, they go retail for, take the lowest thing, $189. The glass case is basically $20, right? So we're looking at a $200 item on here. We sold it for $79, so offering at $129 is a good price. You will definitely be able to get that. Offering it at if you bought 10 of these and you really want to flip them fast, offer them at $99. You know, you make $20 off of each of them. If you are going to repost these in the circulation, like we talked about every 48 hours, I'd go with the $129, and we can, let's keep it at $129 for now, just because, you know, if you are living in, if you are in LA or New York or, you know, Chicago or Miami, boost it up to double what you paid, you know, the wholesale price for it. So, you know, you can put it at $149, as long as it's a better deal than what's available, because these guys aren't stupid. And just like you guys better, right? Whenever you look at our hot list, you better go and type in, right, to make sure that I'm on the up and up. I mean, I always am, obviously, right? Because this is where I get my data from all the other guys out there, to see what it is, which is why, you know, we're always like $100 less than everybody else, because we move so much. But the people on Craigslist, you know, they either inherently know the value of this stuff, or they are going into Google and they're typing in the same thing. So, you know, if they're in a major metro area, and they're going to be able to get this fast, get it cheap, and they're either a diehard fan, another flipper, or a collector, you know, saving $50 is a great thing. So we're going to put it back to the $129 for now. Specific location. All right. One of the things we're going to talk about a little bit later about is framing. The worst habit people get into this, and we're doing something a little different than like somebody who actually really needs the money right now. It's when you're put into the position of you need the money, you're willing to do all sorts of stuff. Drive 10 towns or over, you know, meet them in the middle of a parking lot, you know, it's at night, you know, all this other weird stuff. This is about, you're offering a great deal. You, as an expert, are, you know, you have found a wholesale source, which is us. You, by watching this, are now learning how to do this properly, right? We wrote an attention-getting ad, right? We put in a great offer. We make them come to us, okay? So we put in, I'm in Irvine, California, so we put in Irvine, and I can put in the 92618. That's fine too. Okay, posting body, and this is the other thing. This is kind of cool. We showed it. They're going to show on the map, which is definite win. It's not 6618, 618. Okay, here we go. We already got the attention. Now we got to build their interest. The way to do it in any sales material is to tell a story. Now, we don't have a whole lot of room, all right? So the story that I'm talking about, now we're not talking about, you know, Goldilocks and Three Bears, or we're not even talking about a biblical parable, right? We're talking about why are you selling this thing? Okay, if this is so great, why are you giving it to $129 and flipping it for an extra $100 or $70? telling somebody that, hey, I bought it wholesale and I'm going to sell it to you and make $70 off you is not a very good way to sell. But a good way to sell is be friendly, be casual, throw your ego out the window. Hey guys, I don't want to do it, but I really need the cash. Okay. I mean, you can start bending the truth a little here, just as long as you're giving them, right? Everybody mistakes the truth in advertising of how you sell it. Truth in advertising is not how you sell it, is as long as you sell them what is promised. Everything else is just a, little bit of gray area, sort of like doing your taxes. Okay, paid, what do we say it was? What was the high figure on here? 197.99, right? So paid 197 for this Tommy ball. Again, be personable, with PSA, DNA, hologram, and insert. We'll let it go for a firm 129 cash. All right, so we have now built the interest. It sounds like, hey guys, this is a person selling to a person, right? I don't want to do it, but I really need the cash. You can throw in that I have tuition coming up. I need to pay for my medication. A reason why. All right. There's always that famous sales story about a big line at a copier, and some consultants were checking it out and seeing, and anybody, if you just went up and asked the person in the front, hey, can I jump in and make a couple copies? They'd be like, no, I'm almost done. But if you went up and said, hey, can I make a couple copies? I got a meeting in the boss's room, or I'm in a real rush. They'll be like, oh, sure. It was like amazing. Just that little giving the reason why is amazing. So, but I really need the cash is good, but I really need the cash to pay my tuition is better. But I really need the cash to pay for gas next week. If you really can't bring your ego to do that, you can say, but I really need the cash, or let's say I don't want to do it, but but I could use the money, play around with it. What's really great about this is anybody could need tuition money. And I know we have a lot of college kids on the list, and I know a lot of them are doing this, so I'm going to throw them a bone, because those of you older and wiser, you can think of all sorts of crazy stuff. So I don't want to do it, but I need the cash to pay tuition. Now, no, $120 is not going to buy tuition, but it will go somewhere. All right, paid $197 for this Tommy ball with PSA, DNA, hologram, insert. We'll let it go for firm 129 cash. And now we have told them what we have, right? We have gotten their interest. We've gotten their attention. We got their interest, right? We're now starting to stimulate some desire. And now, right, the last part of AIDA is an action. So we're going to tell them what to do. Let's see. Let's give them a reason. Let's put a little deadline in this. Need the money by next Friday. Notice I didn't put a date in here, so we can always use it by next Friday. Otherwise, I'm taking this down and keeping the ball. And we're going to tell them what we wanted to do. Look at the pics to see if you're interested and reply ASAP. And that's it. Pretty good, right? You can show on the maps if you want. I would put it's always better to meet somewhere public on this. I don't care. I mean, again, I'm 200-pound ex-athlete, ex-collegiate athlete, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo black belt. So, and I still meet people at Starbucks as opposed to having them come to my office for multiple reasons. I don't want these guys coming back to my office to bother me. Just a safety sake. If you have a retail store and you're doing this, by all means, have them come to the store. In fact, one of the things I've done before, but I need the cash to pay tuition, is I threw my ego right out the door and said, hey, I need the cash to make payroll for my employees, and then have them meet you at the store. So you can put on the map wherever you want. Having a map in there is always good. So let's say we can put 1,000 Parkway. You put a cross street in there if you want. Irvine 92603. I don't even know if California. I don't even know if 1,000 is a real number. Do not include more ads by this user link. All right. Remember, you want one point of focus. You only want them to focus on what you're talking about here. Do not have them click away. You have their attention. You got their attention. You got their interest, right? You build their desire, and you tell them to take action. The minute they have other options to do, like include more ads by this user, they're gone. All right. Do not do that. And then, okay, for others to contact you about other services, obviously don't click that. Otherwise, your email is going to be full of crap. So before we go to the pictures, we're going to, now Backpage is the same exact thing. Basically, you can just post an ad anywhere. The only difference between Backpage and Craigslist is that Backpage does accept money if you're going to post a sponsor ad in multiple cities. Don't do it because, again, there's better, more efficient and effective ways to advertise online if you're going to go big with this thing, which we can cover another time. Just use these classifieds just like you would any of your newspaper classifieds. Let's find Orange County. Holy cow, come on. Orange County, California. Go, and it's basically the same stuff. All right, post local ads. I don't know why we had to do that if they're going to ask me again. Orange County, California. Okay, we're going to buy, sell, or trade. They have collectibles. Do not put it under sports equipment and guns for sale. Put it under antiques for sale. All right. Pick which is the closest to you. And then it's the same exact thing. Use the map, your email address, hide your email address, forward emails to you. Do not show links to other postings. And you can write on here, you can put the pictures up, right, in Backpage. On Craigslist, we got to go to the next page to do it. But here you can put them up. We'll just do that on Craigslist just so we do it once. And then here's what I was talking about before. On Craigslist, doesn't have this option, so every 48 hours, if you want to keep it running, you're going to have to log back in your account and just press renew, and it will go to the top. This is the best $3 you're ever going to spend in your life. Every day after, we're going to put it at 5 p.m. Because I'll tell you the best posting times for all this stuff in a little minute, in the days. It will automatically every day for 26 times put it back to the top. Do not pay for any sponsored promotion codes. I've never seen a promotional code for Backpage in my life. But if you get one, I guess you can always add that in. Maybe it'll whack off your $3. And then you click continue and your ad is posted. So let's go back to Craigslist since it's basically the same thing. All right, so now let's get into some of the ninja tricks. Okay, so we talked about this before which is framing. And framing it not in framing your collectibles, as in framing your expectations and doing business with these people. Remember, you are doing this, you have something they want. Okay, now you're going to be cool about it and offer it to them at a fantastic price, but don't let these people push you around. I don't let any of you guys say anything. In fact, if you guys really annoy me by sending me email, now don't get me wrong, again, I love when you guys write me. All right, I love getting to know you guys. I like when you write me. I especially, you know that we'll always get back to you, especially about customer service issues or shipping or something like that, right? So don't feel like what I'm about to say means don't write me. But I have guys who write me sometimes like, oh, I can get prices better places. Well, guess what? You can't. Number one, you're full of crap. And number two is delete. Is I go right into CRM and delete you. I don't need you, right? I got 10,000 other guys on this list. All right, I don't need somebody who's going to hassle me. And it's the same sort of thing, right? So don't worry about, you don't kowtow and bend over, all right, for these people if you have something they want. Now, you be cool about it, right? Because this is a win-win situation, right? You don't have to be a jerk, right? And say, oh, I'm not selling this to you because I don't like you. But, you know, don't worry about, because especially on these classified ads, people are going to try to nitpick and try to haggle you down and all that other stuff. You already gave them a great offer, all right? Somebody comes back to you and writes, oh, you know, I'll only give you $100. Just delete them. Don't answer them back. Don't even write anything. Just delete them. It doesn't matter. There's always somebody else around the corner. And when you find a good buyer, like I do with you guys, right, you treat them right. And that's all there is to it. And you have a good working relationship. So one of the frame things that you need to do is, listen, you are doing them a favor. You're giving them this awesome time ball for a great offer, and you say you need the cash for whatever reason, all right, be it true or not, or just salesmanship. You're not driving 5 towns over. They can come pick this thing up. So one of the ninja tricks is for framing is pick up only Irvine, California, right? This does two things. Number one, it starts setting the frame of that, hey, listen, if you're not willing to come down and get this thing, then you're not getting this awesome deal, all right? And number two is in the search aspect of this. A lot of people type in when they go to Craigslist or Backpage, they just type in, all right, what's going on in Irvine these days, right? Because the ads aren't that geo specific. So they'll see, and this will come up across all categories, which also brings us to the next thing, is close to, all right, you can put in some of the other towns. So let's see, Laguna, oh my God, how come I can't spell today? Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, Lake Forest, Santa Ana, Mission Viejo, right? That's how you spell it. I've only been here like 4 years, so okay. So the close to, same thing. All right, this now starts taking away excuses. Well, all right, it's pickup only, but hey, I live in Lake Forest or Mission Viejo, and it's only in Irvine. There's really no reason if I'm going to get this, right? As long as the terms and the thing's real and stuff. All right, cool. Now, you know, it's starting to build that frame in their mind that, hey, even though you need something, you're willing to give them a good deal, and now they are starting to understand that it's a good deal, and they're going to come pick it up from you because you have something they want. They might have something you want, aka the cash, but their desire for what you have completely outweighs whatever you say your needs are here because you're starting to frame this up. Okay? You can also put related items. You can put Tommy Lasorda jersey, Dodgers, Magic Johnson, jersey, or whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. By the way, we do have a Dodgers Magic Johnson jersey. It's kind of cool. We're selling it next week. You can put in a Tommy Lasorda bat. All right, now this is what's important. If you have these things, that's awesome. Because we're going to talk about upselling customers when they come to meet you for this stuff. But if you don't have it, this is just going to help you in the search terms. So if somebody puts in Tommy Lasorda jersey, Dodgers Magic Johnson jersey, Tommy Lasorda in the search, you'll come up because this is in your ad. That's it, right? Makes sense. Sort of like keyword terms if you're a little bit marketing savvy on that. Okay, and now let's watch this little trick. All right, so we started with "Hey guys," all right, and we're going to end with "Look at the pic, see if you're interested in reply ASAP. Thanks, Chris." Okay, well, that little trick is so ridiculously, stupidly simple, but it increases the effectiveness of these ads by 100 to 200%. Simply because they now know you are a person. You're not some, serial killers don't give their real names or their first names like this. You really are a person that needs some money and you have something of them. Just that little thing by putting your name in the ad is amazing. And when they actually come to meet you, they're actually happy to see you. Hey, Chris, I talked to you by email. So like when you guys come and, whether to one of the events or whatever else, or we talk on the phone or whatever else, right? I mean, I'm excited to meet you because you've emailed me, right? You're excited to meet me. It's the way it works, right? It's personal connection. So I know that sounds silly, but put your name in the ad is a definite, ninja trick that a lot of people don't do. All right, next one is, let's move right along here. I know I'm taking up a little longer because I like to talk about this stuff, but this one's a little long, but in the posting title, try to keep it down to 30 characters, right? So I don't really want to count all this. This is probably around like almost 60, right? So maybe if I cut that out, that would be 30. And the reason being is because a lot of people search on their mobile phones nowadays for this, and the entire, if you have it beyond 30 characters, the entire title won't be visible. However, if you write a good title, like we have this, Desperate, right? They're going to Tommy Lasorda bait, right? And then it's cut off with a ... or something, right? On their mobile phone. But yet any amount of money, they click on it and look at the whole thing anyway. So if you can make it fit within 30 characters, great. Right? If you can't, don't sweat it, but just know that after 30 characters, it's going to get cut off on a mobile phone. Okay, so here we go. Post times. Okay, now on Backpage, you can, right? We put it here. The sweet spot. I know some of you guys have been waiting for this. The sweet spot for posting collectibles is after 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever your local time is. All right, that means that on Craigslist, if you post it on a Tuesday, right, then the next time you renew it is 48 hours after that, which will Thursday, right? So you get one good solid week of a Tuesday and Thursday posting. The next week, obviously, there's 7 days in a week, it's not an even number, so it will always be one day off. But you can, in a month's time, if you do a 30-day product liquidation, that means you're going to get 2.5, right? There's 4.3 weeks in a month. You're going to get a solid 2.5 weeks of posting during the prime time. If you are doing the 48-hour every change up products, what you would want to do is wait for Tuesdays and Thursdays and do this. Saturdays and Sundays you can play around with in your town or metro area. It's definitely, I don't want to give you a rule of thumb because it's weird. Like in LA, like Saturdays and Sundays are like a nightmare. Like literally you're just wasting your time. Nobody's even looking for this stuff. On the East Coast, it might be a little different because people are, in the winter time, especially they're inside. But Tuesdays and Thursdays across the nation, Tuesday and Thursday nights after 6 p.m. It's when people come home from work. They start looking at their personal emails, start looking at stuff that they want to do online, start looking at TV Guide online, start looking at stuff. They surf over to Craigslist or whatever else. If they have alerts set up, then boom. All right, you got them. So that's the time to do that. Of course, today is Saturday. So we're not going to, expect great things, but Saturday, Sunday, then renew Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday. Today would be okay too, because then that means next Tuesday I would have to renew it, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, I'm sorry, that'll be Wednesday. Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, right? So I'd probably want to do it on Sunday, then Monday, and then renew it on Tuesday. But obviously, I'm going to post it now just for the heck of it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to click continue. All right, there is the map. Okay, that's fine. We're going to tell them in the, we'll go to the return email of what to say in a minute. You continue. Okay, we find some images. Tommy auction. No, that's the Tommy auction. I want the Tommy. Tommy CL ball. Tommy CL. There we go. All right, so here we go. Pictures, all right? Ninja trick number, I don't even know what number I'm up to. 7, 8, 9, 10, whoever. Okay, so here we go. With these, you want to take, let me put these up a little bigger for you. You want to take 4 pictures. You want to take one of the ball. If it doesn't come in a case, do not put it in a case in a picture. All right, don't do that. Just take a good picture of it in a home setting. Do not take it on a white background or whatever else you want. This is something called results in advance. I know I'm guilty sometimes. We're in such a rush on the hot list that we just have the warehouse guys do it willy-nilly on a white sheet. All right. Most of the times I really try to get these somewhere in places in my own personal house so you can see what it looks like in your house and imagine it in your house. Again, and that's the whole point of this, called results in advance. You want them to imagine this in their house. Right? It's just helping them emotionally make the connection of why to trade dollars for this. And obviously added on to the logical explanation that this is a great deal. That helps too. So we have a general picture where you want a close-up of the signature. Again, and amazing, guys, I made these with my iPhone. I didn't, and then, just cropped them in iPhoto. It's not like I used Photoshop and all sorts of crazy stuff for this. Or a super slick camera. Again, iPhone, put them up and took a picture. All right, then we're going to get always do this, right? Show the PSA DNA hologram sticker and then show the certificate of authenticity. All right, and there we go. You don't need to show the exact sticker and certificate, especially if you're going to offer 10 items. So just because you sell the one, don't make your life harder, right? Nobody's really care. As long as the hologram number matches the COA number, all right, now you're good. And whatever, it doesn't really matter if the number and certificate matches the item that you actually sell these people there. It's a generality, okay? So there we go. Those are the 4 images. You don't need anything else, all right? Just take some good, nice pictures on your iPhone or smartphone or whatever else and put them up, all right? These 4 in a home setting, important, all right? Results in advance. Hit done with images. Okay, and there we go. Posted. Hey guys, I don't want to do it, but I need the cash to pay tuition. Paid $197 for this time ball with PSA DNA hologram cert. We'll let it go for firm $129 cash. Need the money by next Friday, otherwise I'm taking this down and keeping the ball. Look at the pics, see if you're interested, and reply ASAP. Thanks, Chris. Pick up only in Irvine, close by to blah, 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 and here's some related items, but there's nowhere else to click. Notice that, right? Except for the stuff that Craigslist automatically puts there. Here's all our pictures. We can check them out, right? And that looks good. I don't know what's up for the map, but it doesn't really matter. And let's hit publish. Okay, you should receive an email shortly. Backpage does the same exact thing. We don't need to go through and do the whole other ad there, all right? You need to click on it to verify all this, and it's going to be within our account. So let's go to our inbox and refresh, and there it is. Click this, and there we go. Thanks for posting us. Really appreciate your posting. To be seen at here. And there it is. Bum, bum, bum. There's all this. Now, all right, ninja trick number 612, whatever we're on. Now, on these ads, there are some unscrupulous people who like to click on things like flag as prohibited, spam, or miscategorized. They are totally uncool jerks. What they like to do is go and see if somebody, they're either, whether they're jealous of their ad is cool like ours, or their pictures are better, or if they're selling the same items, or if they think we're competition. And what they like to do is click prohibited. And what this does is it flags your ad as spam. And in Craigslist is the same. I mean, in Backpage is the same exact thing. They just have a different term for it, that it's inappropriate. And what this will do is it will weigh, the system will automatically, nobody's sitting there monitoring this, will automatically weigh the amount of flags you have been clicked versus the amount of people who has seen your ad. So the worst thing that could possibly happen is you put this up, you're all happy with yourself, you did your work, blah, 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 you put this up, only took 10 minutes, but you put some thought into it, right? And you're ready to make some money this month. And then some jerk, the first person who sees it goes, I'm going to screw this guy, and hit click prohibited. And boom, your ad is now gone. It's called ghosting. You don't even know it's gone because you can see it, and they just won't show it. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? How come I'm not getting any traction on my classified ad? So the way we do this is very easy. All right. Once we post this, all right, I'm only going to do a couple times, but you hit down Control if you're on a Mac, or right click on a PC, and you open link in new tab, right? And it opens it. And then guess what? You do it again. And then you do it again. And then you do it again. And you do this. I like to do it 40 times. It takes 2 minutes, all right, 40 times. But now what happens is, if some big jerk out there, and I keep on stressing that they're big jerks because I don't want you guys to be big jerks and do this to other people. If there's somebody else is selling a timing sorter ball and you're selling it, don't be an ass and click prohibited. Say, that's not the way. You want to beat them? You write a better ad. Don't be an ass and click prohibited. But you, on your ads, to make sure, because they're obviously not listening to me, everybody else out there, right? You open your ad 40 times. Now, if one jerk clicks prohibited, well, somebody's already opened your ad 40 times. 1 versus 40, it's a no-brainer. Craigslist and Backpage, you're going to say, oh, this is just a fluke. And then you'll be off to the running, off to the races, and other people will open your ads and you'll be fine. You only need to do it once. And even on the repost, you don't necessarily need to do that 40 times. Only the first time you open it, all right, or the first time you post it, okay? So, here we go. We are now done with our ad. What's going to happen is somebody is going to read this and be like, I like that. That sounds pretty cool. I'm going to hit reply, and they want email only, so you can copy and paste this into your email. And why don't we just do this through this email, right? Copy and paste to boom, subject Tommy Ball, and be like, hey dude, that ball is awesome. How can we meet up? 129 is good. And then they put in their initial C. Okay, so this is an example just of me being silly, and somebody says, all right, cool, I want this. They're going to reply to the email hider thing that we talked about before, right? And they're going to hit send, and here we go. All right, so this is, hey dude, that ball is awesome. How can we meet up? 129 is good. All right, we're going to reply back. Cool, I am at the Starbucks located at 1000 Quail Hill Parkway tomorrow and Thursday from 4 to 6. Meet me there. I'll bring your ball. Thanks, Chris. Boom. And that's it. It's really that easy. The reason you're able to do this is you don't want to waste time going back and forth with these people, right? People, it's amazing to me, people can't make a decision, right? They say they want this thing, then in our ad, and I swear this is the type of responses you get back. But like 129 is cool, 99 is cool. I did this and sold a crap load of those Magic Johnson basketballs we were offering a month ago, and did the exact same way, and just went down twice a week, sat, drank coffee for a couple hours, had a big shopping bag full of basketballs with me, and when they walked in, I just had the basketball sitting right up on the thing right there. And I was going to tell you, this is even better also. And as soon as they walked in, they saw me, and if they write back and they say, okay, cool, how will I know who you? And you say, I'll have the ball out, you know what I mean, and or put your descriptions, or I'm wearing a Dodgers hat or whatever it is, right, or a red rose in my lapel, I don't know. But what I did, I just put the basketball out on the table, and not only did the 4 people that I was selling them to over that hour, from I think all of them came at 4:30 or something like that all at once. But I also actually sold one to one of the other guys who was just buying coffee, because everybody likes to talk about this stuff. So now here's what's cool, right? You can of course send this back. Again, this is framing them. You're telling them what to do. There's no you're giving them 2 time frames with a pretty generous hour. If they say I can't meet you during that time, say sorry, that's the only time I'm available. You don't even need to answer them back. I never do, right? This is, if they can't get there, right, to get $100 off a ball, right, they don't really want the ball. So they're either going to show up tomorrow or Thursday, picking it up. You don't have to do anything. Find some place close to your home that you enjoy going. Doesn't have to be Starbucks. Just that's just a good, convenient place. Everybody thinks I'll get a cup of coffee also. Telling them exactly what to do. Again, your name and a thanks. You're being cool about it, but you're definitely a real person. And that's it. Conversation over. They're either going to show up or they're not going to show up. But the whole point is that the ad that we wrote is so awesome, is that, hey, listen, I'll tell you right now, is that using this system, about 70 to 80% of people, you're never going to get 100%, 70 to 80% of people will show up. So, but you're also going to get about 300 to 500% more people responding to your ad because of the way we wrote it. So if you have 10 people responding to your ad, that means 7 will show up, and you could be done for the month in one afternoon. So that's all there is to this. That's it. You hit send, and that goes back to the guy, and boom, that's it. Okay, last final ninja trick is bringing something else with you to the meeting place that is related to what you have to sell them. Meaning that if we are selling on the hot list a Magic Johnson ball, and then we're also selling a Magic Johnson jersey, 20% of the people that you sell these to will buy both, right? So that means if you're going to sell 10 of these, 10 balls, right? 10 Tommy Lasorda balls, 10 Magic Johnson basketballs, or 10 Yankee seats, or 10 whatever else we're selling, right? Buy 2 additional related products. Meaning, like, if you're going to buy a Yankee seat, if you're going to buy 10 Yankee seats and sell them on Craigslist, don't buy 2 Magic Johnson balls, because those 2 have nothing to do with each other, right? So you would buy, let's go back to the hot list for last week, right? So here's a good one, the Bo Jackson football and the 16 by 20. So you might buy the 4 remaining of these, and then you'd buy 1 of these. And when the person comes to meet you, and you say, okay, cool, here's your ball, here's cash, whatever else, say, I also have this Bo Jackson autograph 16 by 20. The retail price is $250, and I'll give it to you for, $160 160 or 175. What's great is it doesn't really matter. I mean, shit, you can sell this for $5 over whatever we're selling it, because you already have the customer there, right? It's just, they're either going to say yay or nay. Most Starbucks or wherever you're meeting them, since you're meeting them in a public place anyway, there's an ATM somewhere around if they don't have the rest of the cash, and that's it. It's really as simple as that. In fact, same thing with those basketballs. I brought two. I had 16 by 20s of Magic, right, signed, and I had them framed also, and I sold them for $200. Sold both of them to two of the guys out of the 10 that wanted them, and they actually didn't even have to go to an ATM. They had another 200 in cash on them. So it's as easy as that. This is pretty powerful. This is what the hot list is for. All right. Sure, use it to buy stuff you want, but please use it to make money. All right. It's not hurting us. All right. It's helping all of us. All right. We make money by selling mass quantities of this stuff and cutting deals with the actual athletes. Right. You make money by, sure, getting your collectibles also at low prices, but make do of this. Look at the difference on this one. This is retails $249. This is for $89. I mean, come on. What, you're telling me that you can't put it on Craigslist for $150, and somebody who doesn't love Marcus Allen, right, or USC is not going to pick it up for, to where they could save $100 off of retail and just go down to the local Starbucks and get it? Come on. This is simple, simple, simple. I want to see everybody doing this. If you like this kind of stuff, all right, I know I went really long with this. I like to talk about this. I'm really into it. If you really like this, you could always email me, ask me any questions, or if you want some advanced training. I kind of on the fence about doing videos or training on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that, just because, I don't want to kind of get into that business of teaching how to make money with this stuff. But if you guys really want it, I'll do it. So email me any questions, comments. If you want some advanced training, just email me. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I know it went a little long, but hope you get a lot out of it. Again, I want to see everybody doing this. I want to see everybody starting to order 2 or 3, 4, 10 products. Again, there's price breaks. In fact, let's see what happens if I order 10 of these right now. Let me see. Boom, look at that. I saved another $145. That's $145, right? That on this, you should be able to double your price on this. Plus, you saved another $145, meaning that over the course of 30 to 45 days, you should, just using the stuff we learned today on Craigslist, on Backpage, you should be able to sell 10 of those, no problem. And beyond doubling your money, that would be $1,000. You can't beat it. This stuff is fun. You re-roll that money into buying more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. And now that we're talking about it, maybe I will give you guys some advanced training on how to really turn this into a little bit of more business, but I got to get some requests for it first. So hope you had a great time. Again, this is Chris Castle for Showpiece Sports, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks, everyone.